Alright, so today we get to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, James Charles. Listen, James, my boy, you gotta stop being so weird. Like, seriously, man to man, YouTuber to YouTuber, let's just cut it out. Guys, James Charles, I'm gonna be honest, has had some of the worst kind of like YouTuber mess-ups that I've heard about. There was a drama like last year where he was allegedly sliding to some like 16-year-old boys' DMs. Truthfully, I have no idea what happened with that, but I have to say that it is funny because at VidCon last year, VidCon 2022, James Charles was actually there, and I did see him at one point. I didn't talk to him at all. Although, I kind of wanted to go up to him and show him this meme.
Wonder if I can say the N-word. Wait, can I really say the N-word?
No, don't do it, James! Okay, anyways, moving on, back to the story. But the day that I saw him, later that night, there were two parties that were going on, two big parties. There was one 21 and over party, which, no comment on whether I was there or not. And then there was a 16 and over Instagram influencer party, and guess which one James went to? He went to the 16 and over one. Like, James, come hang with people your own age, my boy. But yeah, that's just a little story I have with James. I don't think him going to that 16 and over party really proves anything. I just thought it was a little bit funny. But today we're talking about James Charles because he's in drama once again for just being a little too sussy, if you get what I'm saying. But okay, yeah, so James Charles is, he's gay. I just had to put that out there because some people, they see him and they just can't really tell. So yeah, James Charles is gay. That means he's attracted to other men rather than women. But the problem for James Charles has been finding the right type of man, because the majority of men out there aren't actually gay, they prefer women. So it's been hard for James Charles to find the right kind of guy who, wants him. Now, James Charles is 23 years old, right? So he's been gay for a while. He's probably asked out guys before, and the guys are like, oh, sorry, James, I don't swing that way. Like, that problem has probably happened for him before. So considering the fact that he's, been having to deal with this situation for a long time now, he's probably tried to find ways to attack it. Like, you'd think he'd only be trying to go for the guys that would have a chance at liking him back. But as I found out today, that is just not the case. James Charles has been getting caught rizzing up straight dudes. So a straight guy basically leaked these DMs that he received from James Charles, and I honestly don't know how James ever thought this would go well. Like, bro, from the get-go, you're DMing a guy who quite literally prefers women, and I don't know what James is thinking. I don't know if he thinks his Riz is so S-tier that he can literally change somebody's sexual preference, but that's kind of the vibe that I was getting off of these messages that he was sending to a straight guy. So yeah, let's just take a look at these messages. Okay, so before we read these messages, I just want to highlight that these messages were sent in vanish mode, which is basically a feature on Instagram where you can DM somebody, and after they see the DM, it's supposed to go away. And I don't want to speculate, but I feel like part of the reason why James put these messages in vanish mode is because he knew that what he was doing was a little bit, weird. Like, I interpret this as him preemptively trying to not get caught. But okay, let's read the messages. It's a really lucrative role. It's called My Boyfriend. Requirements: 6'2+. Must love escape rooms, horror movies, and cuddling. Big sausage. Armpit hair. And an occasional FaceTime call. The salary is $0, but it's a good job offer, I think. Perks include a cute boyfriend with a great personality, a huge dump truck, a free living in a $10 million house in LA, fun travel opportunities, good services, and more. Alright, so I just want to say, and this could just be me, but these messages are just kind of hard to read. Like, let's take James out of the picture here. Like, a girl sending me this, like, here's my boyfriend requirements. You gotta be over 6'2", you have to have armpit hair, you have to like cuddling and watching movies with me. Like, okay, like, even if that's like what you want to do, sending it to me over an Instagram DM as if it's like part of a shopping list, like, here's our requirements, here's what you have to have on the list, it to me seems a little bit like middle schooly. But you have to wonder, if James pulled that card, that means it has to have worked in some capacity before. Like, he had to have been thinking like, okay, this is a classic trick up my sleeve, we're gonna use this one. But I'm thinking the reason it probably worked in the past is because you literally offered them a $10 million house in LA to stay in. Like, shit, I might have to be gay for a couple weeks. Wait, what? Nah, but for real, like you're offering some guy, like, a $10 million house to stay in for as long as he's your boyfriend. You don't think he'll, like, play the role of being a little sussy boy for, like, a few weeks? Like, I feel like James Charles is low-key taking advantage of the oldest rule in the book. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Except it's not $20, it's $10 million, and it's a mansion in LA. Essentially, the rule is that anyone is gay for the right price. And that sounds, you know, kind of effed up to say out loud, but the truth is, if I was offered $20 million, and I only have to do something that I may not be comfortable with for about 10 to 15 minutes, boys, I might have to take one for the team. Anyways, the rabbit hole of James Charles hitting up straight boys runs a little deeper because there was another text conversation with James Charles that got leaked. Who's Arena Ponte? Ha ha ha. So honored to be one out of the 2 people that you follow. Ha ha ha. She's a girl that I'm texting. I find it hard to find people that are actually interesting to talk to. Wow, my competition, eh? I'm cuter. We'll get back to that convo in just a minute, but I just have to say, James, bro, you're 23. You don't have to be like, I'm cuter. Dude, stop. Like, you're talking to some guy who clearly is into girls, right? Like, he literally tells you he's talking to this Arena Ponte girl, right? That's the girl I'm texting. And you kind of just drop in with like, oh, I'm cuter, by the way. Like, James, dude, what? The guy wasn't even trying to insult the way you look, James. He was like, oh, I'm talking to this girl. And then James is like, well, I'm hotter. Like, what? Like, no one was talking about your looks. But okay, lol, you guys are both great. Ouch. I only met her yesterday through a dating app. Oh my god, and you already followed her? Bro, sobbing emoji. I don't know why James is getting so butthurt that this guy is feeling attraction to a girl. Like, James is coming after this dude saying, wow, you just met her and you already followed her on Instagram? Like, as if that matters. I can see why now James Charles went to the Instagram party for 16 and over at VidCon. Like, if he cares so much about who people are following on Instagram, it's pretty clear that it shows where his validation comes from. Like, he wants to be the only person that people are following, okay? And it's just kind of seems a little bit desperate in my opinion. But yeah, these screenshots basically got leaked around a week ago, which I think it's so crazy. Like, I don't feel like many people have been talking about this stuff, and I think there's 2 reasons for this. Reason 1 is, respectfully, I feel like James Charles is way past his peak, and this is purely observational. Like, I'm really not even trying to hate on the guy's numbers, because we all have down periods, but yeah, I mean, just he's not as big as he was in like 2019, 2018. So in a sense, if like 2 or 3 years ago these screenshots got leaked, that would have been pretty bad for his career, which was thriving at the time. But now there's not really a thriving career that these screenshots can hurt. So that's reason 1. And reason 2, I would say, is that the people that still watch James Charles and that are still subscribed to him probably don't care. Because, like, you have to understand, this guy has had like far more nefarious scandals happen, like the 16-year-old messaging thing. Like, that's way more of a big deal than him hitting up a straight guy. So my takeaway is that people who still watch his content probably won't care about a drama that he gets involved in unless it's like something literally insane. Like James Charles breaks into some family's house and installs cameras in their infant son's bedroom. Like, okay, that would get some press, but I feel like this is kind of just like another hiccup in James Charles's career. I'd be shocked if he responded to this because it would give it more attention than it already is getting. And the only people that are really talking about it are people like me who are just gonna be like an outsider from his channel looking at this and just cringing. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, comment down drink in the comment section down below. Follow my social medias, links are all in the description, and subscribe if you haven't yet already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.